couple of years ago when we realized we had a location that we wanted to work with, we didn't have our normal team that we would use, like architect, general contractor, and everybody was out east. And so I knew I was going to have to create new relationships with somebody out here. So you guys were first in the door and definitely the most constant presence as we were going through.
Right on.
You guys seemed so aligned with what I was wanting, and it was always just about, all right, here's the ask. How do we get there? Everyone that I dealt with throughout the process here seemed so concerned with trying to make sure that I was getting what I needed out of this. These projects are always so difficult under the best of circumstances just because there's 10 million moving pieces to them all. And I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina. You guys are out here. And so I might come out for a visit once a month, but there's a lot that goes on in between that. And every time we ran into something, I could call and have a reasonable conversation with you guys. I could trust that you guys, just by your actions, were showing me that you guys understood what was going on, understood the importance of it, and you guys just always moved in accordance to with what we had talked about right from the get-go of this project. I always felt cared for, I always felt considered, and I always felt like you guys were trying to give me what I needed. And that is all you can ask when you're in a situation like this, from an out-of-town perspective, with someone that you're just new to even developing a relationship with. It was great.
So how's your experience been throughout the process after getting everything, all the bugs worked out on the front end and getting things in action?
We had tremendous partnership from you guys, but also the city. The city's been actually really helpful to us. And so there was so much of a partnership between us and you and the city that we really got off the ground running really well. And
so how did you feel about the project management software that we use as far as keeping you in the loop with, real-time schedule, daily logs, updates and stuff like that? Did you find that to be an effective tool?
Oh, yeah. So this was my first project using Buildertrend. I've used things like Procore and stuff like that before with other GCs, but automated emails I would get when you guys provided updates. So at the end of each week, we would get a bazillion pictures of what was done for the week, as well as you would give a synopsis of what work was completed, what work was still in process, what to expect from the next week. And that was so good for me because, we had bi-weekly meetings internally for our company. And so that was providing me pictures that I could provide at those meetings as updates to our staff and everything. And then you guys have high standards as a company to who you hire, what you expect of them as they're working on the job. And every time we showed up, we were always pleased to see you guys and who you worked with, because you guys carry yourselves with integrity. You guys do what you say you're gonna do. I think one of the things that stuck out to me was there was just never excuses. And it was nice to work with a company that, it was like there was just such good, open, honest dialogue. And knowing that you guys were as committed to keeping your word as I am about keeping mine.
Yeah.
And to have both parties be on that same wavelength, all from start to finish of a project, it's just not easy to come by. So I was really grateful on my end for that perspective. To see your core values lived out that way was easy to see.
Right on.